The wagon! A dastardly wagon. Oh. Oh. I think I get more annoyed with the actual uh, ranged monsters, the ranged enemies. Actually, this is stupid. I should go kill him first. He can keep firing at me. Jerk. Go in here. Hello. Ah, wooden shield. Wonder if that's any better than this. No, it's just lighter and a bit more resistances, but there's nothing as of yet that you're going to need resistances for. Get out of my way! He got a bit hectic. They're just so stabby today. Oh my god. I was trying to switch. There we go. I was trying to switch targets, but it wasn't working. He just really liked this guy. Kick you. Oh, god damn it. There we go. Whee! Even though it's really silly, the destruction physics in this are quite fun. Just the fact that one attack can literally destroy everything as long as you hit them. There's a merchant actually out here. I think he drops some for a sword if you kill him, but I think he sells something. He sells repair powder. I think there's someone else that sells repair powder. Yeah, see, you'd have to buy the residence key, which is 1,000 souls here, but because you have the master key, you won't need it. Although, actually, that might be a lie, because I remember there is a door when you get towards the Capra Demon that requires a key. I might actually buy that, just in case. We'll see. There's a door that I didn't open my first time, because it said requires a certain key, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so it might be this. We'll see. We shall see later on. Most of this area isn't anything specific, like this isn't progressing the game, but it's finding items and Jesus. Finding items and just getting more souls by killing these beef jerky fellows. Yeah. Up the ladder we go. This is something that I was quite... I wouldn't say annoyed is too strong of a word to use, but I was a bit disconcerted by it because the whole thing with those ladders, and I understand. I think I understand why the developers did it the way they did, which was they made the ladders kind of a different texture, and the red color was to make them stand out. So if you were lost, when you started looking around, you might spot a ladder you missed, because some of them are kind of in little nooks and crannies. But it's also incredibly annoying because if you are looking around and you're looking through the nice environment, because I think this, even though it's not the best graphic game, is a very nice looking game. It's very aesthetically pleasing. But as the okay, as you're looking through the environment, and maybe you're even looking for where to go next, you'll see this huge, glaring red, almost Half-Life 2-esque ladder just staring you right in the face. And I picked up rubbish. Please tell me. Oh, okay. I was just worried. I ran down here just to pick up fucking rubbish. Humanitarian. I don't know if anyone else thinks this way, but I always felt that when you pick up souls from people like corpses like that, and there's a nice kind of bittersweet tone depending on what you pick up and where the corpse was in the environment. It's like he was there, he was isolated, and with his back perched up against the wall. So potentially, that could tell the story of someone who held on to their humanity till their very last breath, rather than succumbing and becoming one of these mindless hollow. Which I think adds an extra layer of depth if you want to think of, this being a fully fledged world that has people trying to fulfill this prophecy. You jerks. Firebombs, annoying at the start of the game, useless towards the end. Yeah, I knew you were there, you jerk. I like to go for these guys first because I think it's just easier. Oh, I think it's just easier to get rid of them first because they just die easy, and then you can just boop tickle his butt. Actually, what? Oh, I thought I saw it allowing me to pick up an item. Hello. Stab. Ooh, stab. Yeah. You yellow-bellied varmint. There we go. Yay! Loots! An unassuming home with a black firebomb. It's the Irish all over again. I wonder how distasteful that joke was. Something I actually quite like about this game as well is the weapon variety. Especially because, like you have swords, the one I'm using right now, for example, the longsword, it's fast and it hits relatively okay for early in the game, but it has a surprisingly short range, and you really have to get up in their faces to deal with it. And sometimes that leaves you, even if you had a good shield and good dodging skills, you might be in a very stubborn corridor. That would mean you'd have to dodge backwards or forwards, which would mean you'd be dodging out of attack range or into the enemy. And depending on the attack that's coming at you, that could still hit you. Whereas now, later on, I'll be picking up probably one of the weapons I'll probably be using for quite some time, which is the halberd. And I like it because it's a stabbing weapon and it has a lot of range, and you can also do quite a wide cleave with it, so you can clear out a lot of easy enemies quickly. Or, if you want, you can just find a stronger enemy and just poke, poke, poke until he dies. Which is incredibly handy, especially when you're fighting Black Knights and you don't have proper heavy armor. Oh my god. Holy shit. If I can get around him. Damn it. Whatever. Yeah, you can just kick the shields off, which is something I didn't learn until very late into the game, when I copped enemies were doing it to me, rather than me doing it to enemies. You could hear the gear slowly creaking once I got kicked for the 4th time in a boss fight. I don't think it, oh no, I don't think it even was a boss fight. I think it was just like a random strong monster. Um, I know. See, down here there's a Black Knight, but I don't know if I could actually have. I don't know if I'm strong enough to beat him yet, because I don't like fighting Black Knights when I don't have a weapon that either has reach, or I at least have something that I know will be able to beat it. Eh. I really freaking hate that. Off you go. Yeah. Also, if you ever find bloodstains, just touch them, and you can see exactly where people die. Oh, he just looks sad. But bloodstains are also where your souls will be. So you'll be able to see other people's bloodstains, and that's where they died and they didn't pick up their souls. And vice versa, other people will be able to see your bloodstains and where you didn't pick up your souls, or if you're on your way back to. Oh no! Those little things give you the Titanites. And Titanites are used for upgrading armor and weapons and stuff. But that isn't used until you actually get to the blacksmith in the Undead Burg, which is not desperately far away, but pretty far. I like just grabbing the cold pine resin down there, just because cold pine resin works very well against this boss, and I don't want to spend ages hacking and dodging. And considering that later on, once you get a good range weapon, I find that the only times I'm using resins anyway will be against bosses. And resins are, well, and once you get later on in the game as well, you can start buying them. So using them up, it's kind of one of those things where you'd be under the influence to save them early in the game, you know, for later use. But, you know, that's just kind of a generic RPG stereotype of, oh, I better save this for future use, and then you never use it. Ah, and now we have the Taurus demon with his big ass club. So we'll just get the cold pine resin out so I can immediately put it on when I get up. And I'm immediately going to jump on his head. Yeah! Stabby stabby. Whoops. Dodging that. See what I mean? Ow. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I'm very close to the edge. Ow. There we go. Easy enough. First time I fought that, got knocked straight off the edge. The only good thing is when you get knocked off the edge, at least your souls stay in an area, generally stay in an area where you're able to get them back. But I did find an area where there's an elevator system, but if you fall off the elevator and you fall all the way down, yeah, it's a bottomless pit, and the souls didn't spawn back, and that was where I lost easily 3 levels. Because like I was saving them up, and I was like, if I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy Titanites with the souls or if I just wanted to level up, so I was just kind of mulling it over while I was going through an area. Ah, it's the bridge. But down here we have Sunbro. Yeah! Good old Sunbro.
Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am
Jokingly.
an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
I like Solaire.